was a nightmare.
It was the most impactful thing up to that point, and maybe throughout the whole case for me. She gets served. I get pulled out of my house. 6 weeks later, I haven't seen my kids, haven't talked to my kids, and because that's what happens when somebody files a domestic violence injunction. Until you go to court, you can't see your kids. You can't talk to your kids. You can't come within 500 feet of them. Okay, and everything in that domestic violence injunction was a false statement, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. It didn't matter how egregious the lies were. I couldn't see my kids for 6 weeks. I get to court, a series of ridiculous things take place, and the judge does this 3 times. Lifts his glasses up on his forehead, goes like this, just exasperated. And at the end of it, he takes his glasses, puts them at the top of his head, and he looks at me, and I'm shaking because I don't know what he's going to say. I think I do because of what he's doing with his hands. And he goes, and I won't use my name, but he goes, "You are now free to go back to your house and move back in. But if you do, one of 2 things will happen. You will do or say something inappropriate, she will call the police, and you will go to jail. Or you'll do absolutely nothing, she will call the police, and you will go to jail." Do I make myself clear? True story. And then I walked out of the courtroom, picked up my telephone, called my kids, and we all started crying. True story. There are a number of things that this site is going to do for men. One of them that really just kind of sticks out for me is this whole concept of a domestic violence injunction. I had 3 of them filed against me, and I'm not even a violent guy. My point is, you need to be aware that your wife or soon-to-be ex-wife or whatever has the ability to go down to a courtroom right now, fill out a piece of paper. It's a form. I've seen it 3 times. I've actually filled one out myself. And she can say, you're an alcoholic, you're a drug addict, you beat the shit out of her, you kick the dog, you push the kids around, you say nasty things to the neighbors, you carry a gun. She can say all this stuff. None of it has to be true. You will get escorted out of your house. Your children will be taken away from you. Depending on who the officer and the judge is, you could go to jail. And from the time that elapses between when you're escorted out of your house or serve those papers, it was 6 weeks the first time it happened to me. You cannot see your children. You cannot come within 500 feet. You can't call them on the telephone, okay? And guess what happens to her when the thing is dismissed? Nothing. You get to see your kids, but nothing happens. You have no recourse. Happened to me 3 times. So if you don't think that's possible, you got to protect yourself. However that's done, you got to protect yourself. But that is a weapon available to her, and you need to be aware that it's something that could be used against you.